This packet tracer is configuring a VTP domain. The objective is to properly configure a VTP domain and configure VLANs on a VTP server and observe the change in the VTP client. So the first thing you have to do to go to the VTP server. Oops. So you have to go to CLI command. So I have to enter into global configuration by typing enable and conf. In the switch configuration command, I have to type VTP domain discovery, and I have to set the VTP mode to server by entering VTP mode server. And note that the message device mode is already VTP server, so I have to set the VTP password to Cisco 123 by typing VTP password Cisco 123, and I have to exit it, copy, run, start, save it. And now the next one I have to do is to configure a switch as a VTP client. So I have to select VTP client 1 first, since there's two VTP clients, VTP client 1, VTP client 2, VTP client 3. So I have to set the VTP client 1 first. So I have to enable to enter to the global configuration, and I have to type configuration, and I have to set VTP domain discovery and VTP mode client, VTP password Cisco 123, and I had to exit it, and copy, run, start to save it. So that's how to configure a switch as a VTP client. I have to set next one is VTP client 2 with the same commands. So I have to come back and jump into the configuring the VTP transparent later. I already configured a VTP2 client and VTP3 client, so I have to jump to configuring a VTP switch, which is a VTP transparent. So this is the switch. You have to configure it by using the CLI command and enabling it, and conf t, and I have to set VTP main discovery and VTP mode transparent, VTP password Cisco 123, and exit it, and run, start, and that I configure the switch is VTP transparent. Now I have to configure a new VLAN on the VTP server by clicking VTP server, and on the command I have to enter into global configuration again by typing conf t, and have to set VLAN 10 and name research, and exit, then copy, run, start. And so I set VLAN 10 on the server, and the next step is to configure a new VLAN on the VTP server. Verify the VTP configurations. I have select VTP server, so I have to show VTP status. So that's the status. Number of existing VLANs is 6, and I have to verify the VTP password that's set to Cisco 123 by entering show VTP password, and the password Cisco 123, and I have to show the VLAN, and there's a VLAN 10 here, and that's I verified VTP configuration. So I'm gonna go to VTP client, and I have to verify the VTP mode, domain, password, configure VLANs with the commands from like the same commands on data earlier. So we have to go here by typing show VTP status, and that's the status with the number of existing VLANs is 6, and I have to show the VLAN. Oh, the password show VTP password. That's the password sys123, and I have to show the VLAN. So that's I configure the on the VTP client 1. So I have to look on the VTP client 2. So I have to show VTP status. It's a status for VTP client 2. And I have to show VTP password. It's existing. There's Cisco123, and they have to show VLAN. There's VLAN 10 here. So that's the VTP client 2. Now I have to verify on the VTP3 client. So I have to show VTP status, check the status of the VTP client 3, and show VTP password. So this password is set, and show VLAN. So there's a VLAN 10 there. So as you can see, the switches shows VLAN 10 even though the VTP server is the only one that was set to VLAN 10. But they're all connected to VTP server. So this VTP client 1, 2, and 3 are behaving as VLAN 10. So the next thing we have to do is select the VTP client 2. And add fast Ethernet 01 to VLAN 10 by typing interface fast Ethernet 0.1 and adding a switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 10. Have to access, exit, and copy, run start to exit it. Okay, now the next thing is VTP client 3, adding the fast Ethernet again. So since the commands for VTP client 2 and VTP client 3 are the same, so I just have to jump into using the command prompt to ping the PC1 from PC0. So the PC1, let's check on what's the 192.168.200. So I have have to check the 168.1. The IP address is 192.168.210. So I have to type here from PC1, from PC0 by typing ping 192.168.210. It's responding, so it has been successful.